marvels, thrills, and danger. Do you want to discover what is out there?
Yes, please.
Who among you brave souls will join me on that great solar system adventure?
Solar system adventure! Let's go!
Come, my friends, step this way, for I will elucidate, educate, and illuminate your minds on an expedition of great wonders and the occasional peril.
Oh, it's the answer,
There's room for everyone.
It's a solar system, Margaret. No idea, Margaret.
Now, let's get started. Like all good stories, we start our adventure by looking up at the stars. Those tiny bright dots in the night sky, we can't help but make shapes and patterns called constellations. Our ancestors used those constellations to tell myths that explain the universe and for tales about great adventures. They also saw that not all those dots stayed still. We eventually discovered that they were not faraway stars, but other worlds that form our solar system. These strange, fascinating, and sometimes perilous planets will be our destinations today. First, I will need to introduce this amazingly intricate device called an orrery. At the center of our solar system lies a star. Do you know what it's called?
Is it the sun, mister?
Yes, it is our sun, and around the star are 8 planets. Each planet travels around the sun on a path called an orbit. Each planet is unique. They have different sizes, colors, and environments. Some have many moons, others have no moons at all. Also, there are many smaller objects on their own paths, but still held by the influence of the sun's gravity. We call all of this our solar system. Let's start with a fun question. Which of these planets do you think is the hottest?
Is it Mercury, mister?
Yes, Mercury.
Mercury is very hot, but believe it or not, it's not the hottest planet.
Not there is.
No, that hurts.
It's the closest.
What's wrong with your eyes, man?
Yes, Mercury is closest to the sun. But it's actually the second hottest. It does, however, have the greatest range of surface temperatures. From the hottest areas facing the sun down to the cold shadows, the temperature of the planet spans a range of 610 degrees Celsius. In the craters we have detected water ice, which can sit quite happily in these shadows, yet if moved a few centimeters into the light, it is vaporized by the sun's glare.
Yay!
Now on to the second and hottest planet in the solar system, Venus. Venus is often mistaken for a star because its reflected light is so bright we can see it even during the day. Everything about Venus is deadly. Who here has a fear of being crushed, boiled, or breathing in acid gas?
Yes, me. I have permission.
I have a condition too.
Now you mention it.
No one? Great! Well, then let's descend to the surface. These clouds are made of sulfuric acid, and the atmosphere is carbon dioxide. The atmosphere traps the heat from the sun in a process called the greenhouse effect. This is why Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system.
The greenhouse effect.
I didn't know. Makes sense now.
Oh, don't worry. That cracking sound is just the pressure of the atmosphere on our machine.
It doesn't sound very safe, Margaret. Oh, it's not peculiar, Margaret.
Oh, that's our climate telling us to leave. Oh dear, the jet button isn't working. Just try to while passing by planet Earth.
That's where we live, Mercury. Can you see our house, Barbara? Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to feed the fish.
With a little luck, we'll be back there soon. Our next destination has a rocky surface, and although only 1/3 the size of Earth, it also has a thin atmosphere with very little oxygen, but not enough for us to breathe. This is the red planet, Mars. So, what do you think would be a really dangerous thing about Mars?
Oh, gosh.
It's a little chaps.
Well, trying to land on it. Alive! Mars is very difficult to land on, and our chances of success are small. So, who wants to try anyway?
Yeah, risky landing. Here we go.
Any spacecraft traveling from Earth will be approaching Mars very quickly, so we have to slow down from 40,000 kilometers per hour to 0 before hitting the ground. A good way to slow down is to use the atmosphere. But Mars doesn't have much of an atmosphere, so it doesn't slow us down enough. Next, we can try to use parachutes. That's helped, but now we are spinning, and we are still falling very fast. Let's detach the parachutes.
It is not working. The auto-landing machine is engaged. Don't mind the G-forces. You'll pop back to shape in no time.
Now we are steady. We need to decide on a good flat boulder-free landing site. Right on the edge of that cliff with a 7-kilometer drop will do nicely. Deploy sky crane. Welcome to Mars. What a perfect, if not slightly precarious landing choice.
Oh, will you look at that panorama, Margaret? Oh, Barbara, isn't it magnificent?
The red color of the planet is due to the iron in the soil becoming rust. However, Mars didn't start out as a red planet. Mars was once blue and covered with water. Over time, it lost its oceans and atmosphere. Scientists are looking for signs that during this watery period, life emerged. Are there fossils yet to be discovered? Or do microscopic Martian life forms still live beneath the soil?
I bet there is. I bet Mars has worms.
Maybe. With more exploration, we'll know for sure. After Mars is a region called the asteroid belt. Here are millions of objects left over from the formation of the early solar system. These asteroids are very far apart. Their nearest neighbor is often further away than the Earth is from the Moon.
Attention!
So it's very unlikely to ever collide with one. Moving on. The fifth planet from the Sun is the ginormous Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. Look how small the rest are in comparison. Aren't they cute? As it's a gas giant, Jupiter doesn't have a rocky surface, but that doesn't mean we can fly through it either, as the pressure and temperatures inside would crush and then vaporize us. So, we won't do that today. Jupiter's most eye-catching feature is the Great Red Spot. It is a storm that is bigger than the diameter of Earth that we think has been raging for over 400 years. The stripes in Jupiter's atmosphere are winds that mix colorful frozen molecules into delicious-looking swirls and patterns.
I see.
But do not be fooled, for inside great danger awaits. As those ice crystals rub together, they like a mini solar system. It has around 100 moons in its orbit. They range from tiny barren rocks to volcanically active pods like Io, or ice moons like Ganymede and Europa. Europa is of particular interest. Its surface is not rock, but a thick shell of ice wrapped around huge oceans of salty water. Under our oceans on Earth, bacteria have evolved to use the chemicals emitted from hot water vents to live. It may be that similar conditions exist on Europa, and these oceans may host microscopic alien life too. And maybe something here.
Oh, look at that, it's all teeth. Makes you wonder what else.
Next is the jewel of the solar system, Saturn. Saturn is also a gas giant, and although not as large as Jupiter, it has the most moons of all the planets. The iconic rings are made from billions of chunks of ice and dust. One of those chunks has formed into a tiny moon called Daphnis. Although small, its gravity creates ripples in the rings. Tighten your safety harnesses. Let's race through those rings. Everyone still here? Great!
That will wake a couple of things in, Margaret. Cracking,
Our next planet is called Uranus. This ice giant is so far away that it takes sunlight 2 hours and 40 minutes to get there. Uranus is unique in that it spins on its side and is the coolest planet in the solar system. Uranus's atmosphere has frozen ammonia, methane, and even water ice. But this isn't any normal ice. Oh, no. Close to the core, due to the great pressure, the water should behave like steel. Instead, it falls into superionic ice. This ice is black and can conduct electricity like a metal. Now, let's get to the next planet, everyone. And beyond Uranus is Neptune. Neptune is also an ice giant. It is so far away that it takes 165 years to orbit the Sun once. Neptune has a hot core. As this heat rises and circulates around the planet, it creates a powerful wind. These clouds are faster than any on Earth! Neptune's winds can reach speeds of up to 2,000 kilometers! there you have it. That was the last planet of the solar system. Now, my adventurous friends, I'm sure you've had your fill of thrills and spills and are quite ready to return to our own planet Earth.
Mister, I heard there's another one called Pluto.
Pluto, you say?
Pluto! Let's go to Pluto!
Pluto isn't quite a planet and is different to all the others, as its distance from the Sun changes. Its path brings it closer to the Sun than Neptune. Pluto is now classified as a dwarf planet. Pluto's size is smaller than our moon, but still has an atmosphere. Those mountains are not made from rocks, but water ice, and they are as hard as granite. The most interesting thing to me is the color of the snow. It's red.
Mister, why red?
It's a mystery. There's still a lot to learn about Pluto.
Mister, is this the end of the solar system?
Oh, it doesn't end here. Pluto is part of a ring of objects that consist of ice, rocks, comets, and other dwarf planets called the Kuiper Belt. After that, there is a shell that surrounds the whole solar system that we call the Oort cloud. And beyond that, well, let's go see. Solar system is part of a galaxy we call the Milky Way. It is also home to about 100 billion stars, many with planets and systems of their own. The Milky Way is just one among trillions of galaxies in the observable part of our universe. At the heart of our solar system. Adventure, though. We marveled at Mercury, ventured to Venus, were amazed by Mars, gazed at Jupiter, swung by Saturn, surveyed Uranus, nipped past Neptune, peered at Pluto, and surrendered to the Sun.
The end.
Warning. Giant plasma collision imminent.
What luck! And an option right below us!
Warning.
We can use the solar sail,
Warning.
then ride the plasma out of here!
Warning.
And be back home in time for tea!
Warning.
Buckle up! Set the
Warning.
sails! Hold on to your hats!
9,
Everyone
8,
count down
7,
with me!
6,
5, 4, Our last planet has a powerful shield to protect it. The magnetic field that surrounds this planet deflects most of the danger. The only reminder is the harmless spectacle of Aurora at the poles. Of all the planets on our great solar system adventure, this one is my favorite. We have seen many different and exciting places, but this strange blue planet is just the right size, just the right distance from the sun, and with just the right conditions for life to evolve. A world we share with the only life in the universe that we know of. This unique, fragile oasis, our home. Planet Earth.
Yay for Planet Earth! How organized!
And there you have it. Oh, welcome back, travelers. Move along. Come again. Oh, don't forget to tell all your friends about your adventure. And what an adventure it was.
Today, Planet's brilliant, Barbara.
Oh, yes, Margaret. You remember that Brian, won't it?
Cheerio. Adieu. Adieu.
Shall we go round again, Barbara?